Yalada. Hi everyone. I am studying a Diploma of Leadership with Alpha Crucis online, and I am enrolled in a unit at the moment called Christian Worldview, and so I just wanted to share my first week of learnings, and so I'm just going to share a few key messages. So what is a Christian worldview? Well, a worldview in general is basically a way of looking at the world. And so in a Christian worldview, what it is a way of looking at the world that is informed by faith in Jesus Christ. So, I guess everyone has a worldview, and there's a lot of things that can influence this worldview. So for example, with me, what's shaped my worldview? Well, a lot of things, but particularly my upbringing. So I was raised by a single mum, basically an only child because my brother is 15 years older than me and had already left home by the time that I was, growing up. And so my mum is a Christian woman and an Aboriginal woman. So I guess my worldview is heavily shaped by a faith in Jesus Christ, my faith with Christian foundations, but also my worldview with culture, that I have a very strong and rich Aboriginal identity. Now, my dad wasn't very involved in my life. He probably came back into my life when I was around 11, 12, and he was throughout my high school years, just here and there. It wasn't until after I graduated high school, turned 18, where I made the decisions for myself to have him involved in my life. However, with his background and, all of the things that make up his identity, that also shapes my worldview, and how he's been involved in my life also shapes my worldview. There's generational influences. So I grew up in the 90s, and so I listened to a lot of 90s music. So maybe R&B, all of that style of music. Even growing up with country, with a family who loves listening to country music. So I guess these have two styles of music have shaped, for one, my love of dance, and then my love of being on country and in wide open spaces. So there's some generational influences. Coming into my university years is when Facebook kind of took off. So that's when I started to discover, that social media platform during my university years. So there's some influences there. What are some of the church influences in my life? Well, I grew up with, Pentecostal churches. In Mossman, we've got a wide variety of churches, but my family were quite heavily involved in the Anglican Church, as well as the AOG, and my auntie runs the church at the Mossman Gorge. So she had grown up, having been in missions in our area. So all of these influences do play a part in shaping my worldview as well. Let's think about what changes my worldview. And I guess for me that, because worldviews do change over time depending on the influences that we have in our life. And so for me, the things that could shape my worldview moving forward could be experience as, becoming a mum, being married, and the influence of my husband's worldview, and just travel and, the people that I interact with, they all play a part in shaping my worldview and how it evolves over time. So the question is not, do you have a worldview? Because we all have a worldview, depending on your upbringing, your experiences, and your life journey. It's rather, what is your worldview? And, whether it's a good one or not. Again, can be debatable as to what is a good worldview or not. And so a worldview is basically just a set of beliefs about our understanding of reality and how it influences our perceiving, our thinking, our knowing, and our doing. So I just wanted to finish on two contemporary examples of worldview. And so two contemporary examples of worldview are this. She looks at the world through rose-coloured glasses, or love is blind. So if we think of these two quotes, they're examples of how we can look at the world through rose-coloured glasses, or with a blindfold on, and it depends on how we see the world, how we perceive it, and then that ultimately influences our behaviour. So this is what I've learned in my first week of this unit, which is called Christian Worldview. Thanks for listening to what I have learned in this week, and keep following my videos. Thanks for watching.